Hi, I'm Bob Miller, and you're watching yet another episode of Yoga with Bob on Mana TV International. Today I would like to focus this episode on breath work, and we use the breath to bring in air and revitalize the body, revitalize the cells, and bring energy into the body. So with each breath we take in, we also let bad breath out. We let the body expel anything that might be constructing anything within us. So as you close your eyes and imagine that you're breathing in prana, good, and then on the exhale breath, we're going to breathe out anything that no longer serves us. And imagine as you breathe in that fresh oxygen, any depression that you might be having within the body, any sadness, we're going to release it on the exhale. And if you haven't already, gently close your eyes. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly, and lengthen through the spine, lifting the chest. The chin should be parallel to the floor. And if your eyes are not closed, just take your gaze out in front of your mat. And breathing in through the nose here, and out through the nose. In through the nose, and out through the nose. And maybe even think to yourself as you breathe in that you're counting maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds with each breath in, and 2 or 3 seconds with each breath out. And then slowly just releasing the hands down to the floor, fingertips, keeping the chest lifted. And taking the right hand and just gently just lifting it off the floor, and then taking the left hand, lifting it gently off the floor. Bending the elbow at the right wrist and slowly drop the right ear to the right shoulder, and just place that hand over the top of your head, stretching through the neck. And breathing here for 2 full rounds of breath. And then on the exhale breath, releasing the hand and slowly bringing the head back to the center. On your next inhale breath, bringing the arm up overhead, dropping the left ear down to the left shoulder, and just placing that hand over the top of the head, not pulling the neck, not causing any tension or stress here. 2 full rounds of breath. Always keeping length in the spine. And then on your next inhale breath, releasing the hands up overhead. Bring the hands back to center. Awesome. So now we're going to move on, and we're going to just lay down on our backs here. Keeping your knees bent, just find your way down to the floor. Roll the shoulders underneath so that the shoulder blades are flat against the ground. Lengthen through the tailbone so the whole back is grounded on the earth beneath you. And take the right hand over the heart, the left hand over your solar plexus, right over the belly button or just below it. And then on the exhale breath, just take the neck and roll it over to the right. The focus is breath with movement here. So on the inhale breath, come back center. On the exhale breath, drawing the left side down. On the inhale breath, coming back center. Exhale, over to the right. And when you're breathing here, continue through these same motions, breathing into the belly. So although the breath is not coming down to the belly, it's filling our lungs. So notice the belly fills and possibly even rises a little bit, and filling those lungs as much as you possibly can, 80 to 90%, and then exhaling as you draw over to the other side. And then when you come back center here, just pause for a moment. One full round of breath. Inhaling for a count of 3, 2, 1, and then exhaling for 3, 2, 1. On your next exhale breath, open the arms out to the side. Inhale breath. Exhale breath. Drop the knees to the right hand side. Holding for 2 full rounds of breath. Always keeping the core engaged. All the way up. Spine lengthening through the neck. On your next inhale breath, the knees come back center, and then exhale breath, drawing the legs over to the other side. And then one more round. The focus is on breath with movement. So the breathing is so important as you go through the asanas. And the more advanced that you get, you will understand that the breath will help you get through the poses. It'll help you release the muscles that need to be released and engage the muscles that need to be engaged with each breath. As you draw the knees to the right, take your gaze to the left. Just combining the two, the neck and the knees together. And one more full round here. And then over to the left. And then just pause here for a moment. And take your hands and take them behind the knees. Cross your ankles and just start to roll the whole length of the spine. Exhale as you come up. Take the knees to the mat as you come into a tabletop position. Maybe you just want to just make some movement with the hips. Some small movements as you rock over the wrists. The shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists. And using that breath with movement here. Just making small little circles. And then pausing in the middle. On the inhale breath, dropping the belly towards the ground, lifting the chest through the shoulders, taking your gaze towards the front of the mat. And on your exhale breath, rounding out the shoulders, pressing the floor away as you hollow out the belly, drawing it all the way back towards the ceiling. Inhale breath. Exhale breath here. And if you want to add the feet in, you can also add the feet with each breath, pressing the floor away, and tuck the toes under as you press and exhale. And then holding right here, just come back into those simple movements. You might find a little bit of pressure in your wrists as you're here in this position. And if you're finding that, just make sure that the wrist creases are to the front of your mat. Spread the fingers wide. Shoulders should be stacked over the elbows, elbows over your wrist, bone stacking. Holding right here. And take the right leg out behind you lifting it off the floor on the inhale breath. Exhale breath, taking it out to the side. Inhale breath, bringing it back center, and then lowering it to the ground. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, out to the side, lifting, and behind you. You have 2 more rounds here, using the breath with movement. And then just bring those knees back underneath your hips. Switching over to the other side, left side. Leg lifts out, hip height behind you on the inhale breath. Exhale breath, reaching that leg out to the side. Inhale breath, the leg comes out behind you, slowly lowering down. Inhale breath, lifts. Exhale out to the side. Inhale here and exhale. 2 more rounds, pressing into the right arm. So don't let the elbow bend here. Draw and strengthen through the arm as you lift, out to the side, and down. Take your knees wide to the edges of your mat. Hands come out in front. And then just come into a child's pose. Forehead to the mat. And just relaxing here. Breathing. Using that breath as you just relax into the body. And then slowly coming back up to a seated position. Hands are on your thighs. Belly's drawn in, the chest is lifted, your gaze is out in front of you. And the chin is parallel to the floor. And just take those hands out to the side one more time. Lifting the left arm up, the right arm up. Reaching over the top of the head. And you have 3 full rounds of breath here. Relaxing into the body, the thoracic spine lifted, your trapezius muscles engaged here, but try to release as you just relax into the pose. 1 more full round of breath. And slowly taking the right arm out to the side. On the inhale breath, drawing the left ear down to the left shoulder, the left arm over the top of the head. Always keeping length in the spine. Drawing the belly in and up into the rib cage, engaging the muscles. And then shifting the weight forward, come back onto the palms. The knees are stacked directly under your hips, the shoulders over your wrists. And just lift that back right leg, and then lifting the left arm out in front of you. And then on the exhale breath, bring the elbow to the knee, not dumping into this elbow, pressing the floor away, and then exhale coming back, or inhale coming back up. Exhale, drawing everything in to center. Exhale here, inhaling, and then exhaling. 1 more round here. And then bringing the hands and knees back to the floor. Lifting the left leg out behind you. The right arm out in front of you. Exhaling as you draw the knee to elbow. Inhale as you press everything away. Maybe even taking the chin to your chest here as you draw in, and then taking the gaze out in front of you, over the fingertips. Exhale. Inhale, one more round. And bringing the hands back down. Open the knees out wide. Take the fingers out towards the tip of your mat and sit back into a child's pose. You can place your head, your forehead, out in the mat, out in front of you here, lengthening through the spine, through the neck. And staying in that position, using the breath with movement, keeping the belly drawn in and up into the rib cage, opening the knees all the way out to the edges of your mat, taking your toes behind you and drawing them together, opening the heels, sitting all the way back, using that bum, get it right to your heels, right in between, and just take the fingers way out in front of you. And as you slowly exhale, bringing the forehead to the mat. And staying in this position and just melting the shoulders down as if somebody's behind you, gently pressing on your back down into the floor. Keeping that breath internal, revitalizing the body, bringing energy back in. And then slowly coming back up into that asana, coming back up into that tabletop. And you can just come back and swing the legs around. And the hands behind you. And come all the way down to the back of your mat. The shoulder blades come underneath so that everything is nice and flat on the earth, and lengthen through the spine so that the lower part of your back is pressed into the ground. And just release the feet down. Take the hands, the palms are faced up, and then open your feet all the way out to the edges of your mat, the front corners. Relax the head here, and press the belly down into the floor, as if you're trying to reach it into the lower part of your back. And just relax here. And once you find this position and you can relax, start to come back to a normal breath. And this is corpse pose. This is where we rejuvenate ourselves and come back. Relax the lips, relax the cheekbones, relax your eye sockets, relax the forehead and the ears, the fingers, the toes, the whole body relaxed. And slowly start to open the eyes and bring some movement back into the body, the toes, the ankles, the wrists. And then find your way onto your right side, coming into a fetal position, And then taking that top arm, pressing it into the earth as you press up, coming back into a seated position. And if you are relaxed right where you are, and that's comfortable in Shavasana, then just stay there. There's no reason to make any movements that are unnecessary. And if you're comfortable, just stay right where you are. Noticing the breath coming into the body. The breath work that we do here helps us through the asanas. It helps with depression. It helps lower the blood pressure. There's so many additional benefits of oxygenating the cells with fresh oxygen. So thank you for joining me, Yoga with Bob, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you. Namaste.